G'day everyone. The Cyan Loong is not a terribly difficult boss. It has a simple moveset, but its attacks do hit pretty hard and it doesn't leave many gaps. So let's take a look. Now he has one main combo that we're going to punish throughout this entire fight the most. And he's kind enough to start with it here. So take good note of how he's standing now, where he's holding his sword backwards in a reverse grip behind him. He's going to fly through you, which you need to dodge once the moment he starts moving towards you, and then he'll swoop back down with a single slash, which you need to dodge again the moment you kind of register him starting to dive. Now this is where we punish him. You're going to use 4 light attacks, and then every single time I did this, hitting him from behind, he will do a retaliation tail whip, which you can see coming as the tail comes out on this angle here. Now fortunately, as you just saw, this happens to line up perfectly with the gap between our 4th and 5th light attack. So with the composure skill, you can dodge after your 4th light attack and then still get off the 5th attack, which is very strong and worthwhile. He does have 3 or 4 other main abilities, but the time after them to retaliate is very small. So that one there is your best opportunity to punish throughout the fight. The good news is that it does count as one of his ranged or gap closing abilities, so you can kind of bait it out by just waiting for him to initiate upon you like this. Now an important detail to note is that on the 4th light attack, you can't actually get the final hit in, there's no time. I tried it here and a few other times, and as you see, the tail gets you before that last hit comes out. So you need to break it with a roll just before that final hit. Now this is one of his basic standalone abilities. He'll simply raise his left hand like this and then smack it into the ground with a bit of lightning. Now I don't know if it's time or percentage based, but when he does this, where he wraps his sword in lightning, he's about to do a large AoE ground effect, so just get away from him and wait this out. His sword is also imbued with lightning now for the rest of the fight, so it hits a little bit harder. So here's that main move again. So this time take note of how I break my 4th light attack just before it finishes, and the composure talent still works. You can still get that 5th light attack in after the dodge. As you get used to this main ability that you can punish, start to weave in a few of your abilities and spells to really get that damage out. If you've built up focus charges and got a few spells off cooldown, you can really weave them together like this to CC the boss for quite a while and get a bit of damage out. Now we're about to see his other main gap closing ability from range, where he starts the animation similar to the other one. He'll kind of twirl his sword in the right hand like this, but this time he's holding his sword forward on a downwards angle like this. Now when he does this, it's going to be a 3-part attack. He'll start by flying up into the air a little bit, there's nothing to dodge there, and then he'll swoop down doing a single slash, follow it with an immediate second slash, and then he'll dive up into the air again and do a 3rd final slam that has a follow-up lightning effect. Now you want to dodge this attack forwards and to the side. The reason is because a moment after he lands, there'll be that follow-up pulse of lightning, and if you go forward or back, you often get hit by that. Now his recovery after that is very quick. You only have time for 2 light attacks at the most. So just back up and wait to bait out this ability again that we know we can punish easily. If you give him a little bit of space, he will spam it. Now given the emphasis in this strategy on hitting that 5th light attack, the Kang Jin staff is particularly effective because it modifies the punishing downpour trait with additional thunder damage. You unlock the ability to craft these from the previous boss, Kang Jin's star, this lady here. So if you have it, those 5th attacks will be empowered, which is what's happening here. You can see the lightning and the additional instance of damage. Now if you use the thrust stance, I recommend following your heavy attacks with this whirling attack. It's a great way to close the gap and it gets out a bunch of extra damage. His attacks are also quite obvious to see coming, so you can use the tactical retreat to disengage at the right moment like you saw there as well. It's also worth crafting the Loong scale set, which you unlock from the same boss as the staff. Not only will it probably give you the highest defense you've got yet, but also moderately increases thunder damage, which is what we're now triggering on that 5th light attack with punishing downpour. You also get a bunch of shock resistance, which is obviously good. This boss has a bunch of lightning attacks, so it gives you more resistance there. And that's pretty much it. As I've emphasized, take your time and don't rush between any other attacks. Just wait for this one here and punish it by getting in 4 light attacks, the composure dodge, and then the 5th light attack for the bonus damage from thunder. The animation also looks really cool, so that's always a bonus. If the video helped, please like and subscribe, it helps me out a bunch. And of course, we need to finish him with a little bit of style. Thanks for listening, everyone. Cheers.